Welcome to the Professionalist Real Estate Investing Podcast with your host, Tony Jacobs. This podcast is not just about making money. It's about creating a legacy that stands the test of time. From analyzing market trends to mastering negotiation skills, we will leave no stone unturned as we guide you through different stages of real estate investing. We will bring on industry leaders and share stories from the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. So now, it's time to level up your real estate game. And there's no better way to do it than right here with us at the Professionalist Real Estate Investing Podcast.
Good evening, Tony.
What's good, Rob? How you doing?
I'm doing a lot better now, man.
I know you was down for about 3 weeks.
Man, this has been a year. Let me tell you, I had COVID and then bronchitis. I've been off work for forever.
Yeah, I know. I was like, well, since you're sick, I'm gonna be in the lab getting content ready for the people out there. I know it has been a minute, but I'm ready. I'm ready to take on the world right now.
That's great. So, what have you been up to?
Well,
I know you've been doing a lot.
Besides doing a whole lot of things for us with the podcast and our YouTube coming out next month and our first guest next month. I just got back from Monterey last week. I had to go to a contractual class since I'm a member down there in Monterey Association of Realtors. I love that place, man. It's so beautiful. It's one of God's gifts to this world.
So you were down there would you go down there for a seminar or a class or something?
It was a contract class. The class I went to, the food wasn't the best, but the teaching skill of the teacher was on point. And I learned actually a lot. Like it refreshed my memory in a lot of things. And he brought to light a lot with me with different experiences that he's gone through being a realtor down there. So
you got a hold of me when you were down there. Something happened, and you didn't tell me exactly how it ended up happening. You want to tell them what happened with that guy? What did he point out about you?
So it was a break. It was after lunch. It was break, and he came to me. He says, Tony, I heard you have a podcast. And I was like, yes, I do. He said, what does it entail? I said, it entails with real estate investing. He said, that is great. He says, I'm going to have to follow you. And I was saying to myself, well, how did he know that I have a podcast? And I remember I told someone, and then he thought it was probably great for me doing my own podcast with you. And by word of mouth, that's how I got out.
Man, that's great. So what kind of stuff did you guys cover in this contract class?
Down there in Monterey, it's a whole different world. So I did learn this because as being a realtor, especially up here in Northern California, compared down to Monterey, they have a lot of water rights. And you have to be very particular on what you do with water rights because you're right there by Monterey Bay. If you're close to the bay, it's just a whole lot of legislative things that you have to worry about. So that's why I call them professional transaction coordinators that know how to go about with the forms in real estate to make you accomplish everything you need to seal the deal. If you're a person that is help person buying or a person who's helped selling a home, because the homes to the price point down there it's insane. We're talking $1 million homes. For instance, Brad Pitt, he lives in Carmel. He bought his home down there the year or two ago. It was $40 million. So their real estate, the real estate game down there is built different.
That's like real luxury real estate.
Yes, it is.
Not that fake luxury real estate you keep seeing all over the place.
Yeah, that money that you're like, you know what? Money's not even an object. It's that type of money.
Hell yeah.
But I love it down there. The people have always been good to me. The food, not for the class, but the food overall, yes. And, you have the aquarium. I love looking at the whales, the dolphins, just nature itself. It just clears your head up. But I'll be going back down there soon since I'm a part of their association. I actually learned a lot. And I get a lot of emails about they work with all the realtors that are part of that association up here where I'm at, they do an okay job, but down there, they're really good at making sure that they want to make sure that the real estate agents succeed in their business.
Man, that's great. So it sounds like there's a real good community down there.
Yes, it is. Yeah. If I could, I would be living down there right now as we speak.
Man, that's great. So, so what else happened while you were down there? Did you like make any more connections or something? I know you're networking everywhere you go.
Yes, I always am. I network with this one gentleman. We stay in constant communication. It was crazy how we met. It was just like we went up and got some breakfast before class, and we just started talking away, and now we got a friendship and a bond together. You know, that you don't know who you're going to encounter. So, you know, I treat everybody with the utmost respect, and it goes a long ways in life, a long ways in work, just even your daily activities in life. Yeah,
that's part of being a professional, I think.
Exactly.
Always holding everybody up with a certain amount of respect, you know.
And I have to contribute that too, you know. Also, with that is I had home training from, you know, mom and dad.
Yeah.
They taught me a lot. They told me how to handle and present myself.
That makes a world of difference.
It does. It does. And that's what, you know, within real estate and when it comes to real estate investing is how you hold yourself. And that's where the trust, you gain a lot of trust by the way you handle yourself, how you're punctual. Like I talked to a couple of people today. I told them I'd call them at a specific time. And I called them right there at the time I said. I'd write that down. When you're consistent like that, like it helps your whole life better overall. And especially in real estate, because you don't want nobody just hemmed up on time. Like I thought they were going to call me and they didn't call. That's not being professional in your profession. So I really treasure how I handle myself, being on time, being punctual. And that's just like with me and you, we talked about, like, just want to let the world to know, like, we're about to be really consistent on this podcast part because there's so much knowledge out there. A lot of people are not understanding how things work. We're not experts at this, but we know how to go about doing things. So we want the world to know what's going on. Basically, as what Snoop would say, free game.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. As we're learning, we're just disseminating this game, man. Just putting it out there, hoping someone, hopefully someone picks it up and they do something with it too.
Right. And it's like what Tyler Perry said. It's like, it only takes one person that listens and you change their life. You've done an abundance.
Right.
You've done an abundance.
Exactly. I think it was, I don't know. I think it was Wallow from $1 Million Worth of Game who said, there's 8 billion people on the face of the planet. Do you really think that you can't find 100,000 people that are going to like your thing?
Exactly.
That's all it takes. 100,000 people like your thing and you're done. You don't have to do that 9 to 5 no more. It doesn't matter what your thing is.
No. And especially if you love what you do. There's a lot of people who don't love what they do. But me and you, we love what we do with this podcast and giving people information to help them in their life and succeed in life into a different adventure in real estate investing.
Right, exactly. Through all this COVID stuff that I've been going through the last few weeks, before that, I would get real kind of anxious about getting on this microphone. And lately, I've just been kind of fiending for it. I'm ready to be in here and just knock these out, man, and just keep doing them.
Well, exactly. Shoot, he was down for 3 months. Yeah. Excuse me, not 3 months, 3 weeks. It felt like 3 months.
It felt like 3 years.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, while you was getting better, I was in the lab getting things done.
So we were both getting better.
Yes, we was. Time. Right. There's 24 hours in a day. Everybody has, but it's what you do with it.
Well, it's like Mac Dre said, 24 hours in a day, I need 10 more.
Exactly. Shoot, give me about 10 more. I can do more things.
Yeah, you'd be amazed.
Yes.
All right, so that's going to be it for today. We're going to be back in a few days with a bigger podcast for you guys, some more content. We've got a bunch of different content lined up. We've been doing research and really compiling information for you guys, trying to get everything together and doing our homework and our due diligence the proper way. Hopefully things on the audio side are getting better with this as we figure this out a little better every time. We're figuring out our microphones and our equipment a lot better, and we just want to be really clear that we're super grateful to everybody who's been going through and listening to our episodes, everybody who's stuck with us through all this. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, and I just want to let people know, next I'm working on everything with the YouTube channel. It's going to be the Professionalist Real Estate Investing podcast channel. And we have one gentleman from the Midwest that we will be having on our first episode on YouTube. And then we have another gentleman that I definitely have to put on because he actually brought my eyes into real estate before COVID came into the picture. I was even actually with him today and everything. And I definitely have to have him on. We actually had a great conversation for a good 20 minutes today, just one-on-one about from where we was 2-3 years ago to now. And like we've broadened our mind. We've broadened our mind to a place where it's just ungodly how far we've come. And we just don't take anything for granted. And we just keep on, just striving, getting ourselves better mentally, physically, and what more can I say? I just thank God every day. I tell people it's like, how are you doing in the morning, right? I said, how am I doing? I tell them, I woke up this morning. Some people don't wake up.
That's a great way to look at it, man. At work, people ask me the same thing. How are you doing? I tell them I'm good. Even if I'm having a bad day, I tell them I'm good. Why? Because I'm not in one of them dang hospital beds.
Exactly. My mom always taught me this too. She said that, remember, son, there's always somebody in a worse position than you're in.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And it's important to remind yourself of that because, the negative stuff that you end up going through could be overwhelming.
Exactly. So that's why, we don't take anything for granted.
That's right.
So, I would say the same thing, too. For everybody that's listened to us, thank you. Please subscribe to the podcast. Please subscribe to the YouTube when it comes out. I will let you know. I'm working on videos. I'm working on content. You would think that I had 48 hours in a day, but I only have 24 like everybody else. But, I want this to succeed. I want people to know to the information that's out there. And I think we're going to do it more, actually even better when we have the YouTube channel. So when people see our faces and everything, and, this used to be a man cave. Now I've turned it into a full throttle studio with everything that's needed and with the help of you and you editing and doing so much different things. Like, I don't even take that for granted at all. I view it as a blessing because when I first had the idea of doing a podcast and I told you about it, I thought you'd be the number one person out of all the people around me because I know your intellect was at a superb level that nobody could even touch. So that's why it's like, you know what, let me get at Rob because I know he's going to bring so many gems to this podcast. And we're great friends, too. So, it's a combination of both.
Man, thank you very much for that.
No problem. No problem. Trust me, I think a lot of things over. And when my heart and my mind are together as one, nothing can be stopped.
Oh, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
And that's for everybody, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, it don't matter who you are.
All right, then. Well, yeah. We'll see everybody real soon. We got another podcast. We actually got, I don't know how much content we have ready, but we're ready to bring it out.
That's right. We got at least the next 3 planned out for sure. We'll have more in the next couple days. So, look forward to hearing from us some more. Subscribe to the podcast, tell a friend, and start looking forward to that YouTube channel. We'll let you guys know when it's coming out for sure.
All right. Peace.